Hey, how's it going, guys? So I've just got a couple of tips, guys, that you can use to help build up some thicker wrists and also make your forearms appear thicker. And it's nothing that hasn't been mentioned before, guys, but it's just something I want you to think about now. When people talk about building up thick forearms, they always focus on the top of the forearm. They'll say, "Oh, the brachioradialis is the biggest muscle in the forearm to make the forearm appear bigger if it's developed." And although there is some truth to that, guys, some people don't have good insertions of the brachioradialis. But what I find is that some people that don't have a good insertion of the brachioradialis tend to have good insertions of the flexor carpis, the flexors. So this muscle here, guys, that you see running down the back underneath of the forearm. Okay, if you can see that, this large chunky bit of muscle here. Some people have the insertion from the elbow all the way into the wrist. And if you have that, guys, you're lucky, because that means you can make your wrists appear thicker. Okay. For those of you that don't, it's just a case of trying to bring the tendons out. You need to try and thicken up the tendons, guys. And as mentioned before, that takes time. Okay. You need to put the tendons under a lot of stress, and you need to give them time, guys. But what I'm going to talk about is, guys, is looking at your dumbbell curls and changing your dumbbell curls a little bit with a wrist adjustment just to make them more effective. Okay, so when you're doing your wrist curls, guys, what I see a lot of people doing is they take their dumbbell and they curl the wrist straight up, guys. They curl it more towards their index finger and their thumb. All right, and it just gives you not much range of motion, guys. So what I want you to do is, when you take your bar, your dumbbell bar, I'll show you with the bar I've got here, guys. Okay, when you take your bar, curl your little finger in towards your forearm. Curl it in towards your forearm, guys. So curl it in. Okay, curl it in. All right. And what this is going to do, guys, this is going to give you a better contraction in the upper portion of the forearm, as opposed to just bringing it straight up, where you'll feel like you're not really hitting the upper forearm, but it's more the mid forearm and the wrist. All right, guys. So try and learn to take that pinky finger, that pinky knuckle, and curl it into the forearm. Curl it into the forearm, guys, and you'll get a much better contraction in the upper forearm, but you will also feel a better contraction in this outside portion of the wrist, this weaker tendon part of the wrist. All right, I call these the weaker tendons, the pinky finger and the ring finger, guys. If you can activate those tendons and those muscles that run in that ulnar carpi portion of your forearm, guys, you'll be surprised at how different your forearms will look in time. I think it makes a big difference. So that's the first tip that you can use, guys. The second tip that I'm a big fan of is just ulnar deviation, guys. When you're training your ulnar carpi, guys, you should be playing with sledgehammers. You should be sticking a weight on the end of a dumbbell bar, and basically just playing around with your ulnar deviation, guys. So I would have a weight here on the dumbbell, and I would just bring that weight back. Sending my pinky finger back towards the wrist is an excellent way, guys, to develop that wrist strength. Okay, and build yourself some thicker wrists. So that's really the two tips that I've got for you. So just to recap, guys, when you're next doing your dumbbell wrist curls, is send that pinky finger in towards the forearm. All right, send it in and activate this inside portion of the forearm. Really get a good contraction. All right, and then the last one being, make sure you're playing with lots of ulnar deviation work. Okay, like I said, guys, you can use a sledgehammer. You can get a dumbbell bar like this with a weight attached to the end, and it's just a case of building up the weight, guys, over time. And obviously, guys, if you're eating well and you're training well, and you live a relaxed life, you should have no problems putting on putting on that size, guys. So I hope that helps. Let me know what you think, guys, and as always, take care. Have a nice day.